I graduate today, baby, and I get my GED today, baby. Anyways, hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. I'm not going to be here for that long. I want to talk about a recent game that I got, Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse. Now, I haven't played Shin Megami 4 at all, but this game intrigued me more than 4, mainly because of the design of the cover and the way the characters look, and some of the clothes that you get also in the game, and some of the bosses too. So mostly, I got this game mainly because you could change your costume. You could do that in 4 too, but some of the costumes that you can wear in this game I just like more, just resonates with me more. Um, in the partner system, I'm sure there was a partner system in 4, but Apocalypse I think is awesome. The way they do partners is great because in other Shimigami games they usually have partners that eventually will have demons on them, or they will have a demon, but you don't use your party member. You just use their demon, basically. So, or in one of them you have a demon and a human fused together, and they look like a monster. So, again, I haven't played a lot of Shimigami games, but when you research online and everything like that, you get a lot of information. So, fun facts and stuff like that. And I did look at the Doggo ending. Doggo, I hope I'm saying his name right. It's the main character, one of the main characters right here. I saw some of the endings way before I got this game, so um, it's not a huge spoiler basically because I don't know how it led up to that point. But other than that, it does this that ending does emphasize that maybe that ending is the true ending, and this game is like a sequel slash different type of universe of the fourth one. Some people have mixed opinions about this game when it first came out. Now people are saying that it's not bad as people put it out to be, and I'm that type of player that literally buys games that people talk shit about, mainly because I'm just like, why do you talk shit about it? If I, you know, there's just some games that people talk shit about that appeal to me, and then when I buy it, it's actually a fun and good game for me, and I'm just like, why did anyone talk shit about this? We all experience that, So, and I don't know if this video will be uploaded or another video will be uploaded me showing the gameplay or what I look like in the game and everything like that. I have a what is it, have like a suit on that has a whole bunch of stuff on it, like a military stuff, and then just regular cargo pants, regular blue pants, and the head is a jack-o'-lantern head, but you can see my face through the front, but in the back you see the jack-o'-lantern face, which is cool because you're always going to spend time looking at the character in the back, obviously. But at the same time, you're like, it would be cool if it moved a bit because the jack o' lantern in the Shin Megami games, they spin their heads 360 degrees sometimes, and you'll be like, what the fuck? Because sometimes when you don't notice that, then they do it, you'll be like, okay. But the gameplay for this game is fun as fuck. I recommend this game just by the gameplay alone. And the atmospheric, this basically, I'm not gonna give you the whole story, but the whole story is that you live in a firmament. Oh, that sounds. This movie is very spiritual and enlightening. I should do a video on this alone, which I will do the Chip and Dale one very soon. But when I do Chip and Dale one, it'll be this one right after. So look forward to that. So I might do the Chip and Dale one today, probably if I have time. If I have time. But moving on. Um, you're not a demon or a human. You're a god slayer, baby. So you can kill demons and gods and stuff like that. God Slayer is so much better than the Nahobino name and the name that they gave you with Shin Megami 3. I don't hate those names, but God Slayer just sounds badass. Just sounds badass, man. It does. It just sounds badass. Um, and then the reason I point out the cover for this game is because when you know the one of the endings of Dog's ending, you look at this cover and you be like, was that the true ending? And then some of the stuff that I saw and some people point out that ending is more engaging. Yes, it's probably sad and tragic, or like what the hell, but it's still what you suspect in a Shimigami game. So I think there's like 4 endings to this game. Plus, there's a whole bunch of stuff in it right after that, and then there's DLC too if you want to buy it. Look, some people don't like 1 day DLC stuff. I don't either, but you can get this. You can get the DLC for this game right now, and no one's not gonna bat an eye because it's not first day. For crying out loud, the Atlas is we making a sequel to Devil Summoner. I think I'm no. I think it's Devil Summoner. Is it Devil Summoner? Um, I think it's that, or one of it's one of them. But no. What's it called? Fuck, I forgot what it's called. Um, it's basically about the spookies. That Shin Megami game. That they're gonna get a sequel for that one, and I've been waiting for a sequel for that game for years, and it's its own thing. It doesn't have the Shin Megami title on it. So, which people might be like, oh, that means they might drop Shin Megami. I don't think they will, because Shin Megami 5 made a lot of money. So that's telling Atlas, oh, there's still people that do want to play Shin Megami, like Shin Megami, not Persona or another franchise, Shin Megami. And it's like, yeah, man, just because Persona is more popular and you try to make another franchise that's popular like Persona, and you don't, and you really want Shin Megami to be popular like Persona, but it's in its league in its own. The thing is, Atlas, I want to say this: if you want a game that's popular as fuck, you have it. You have it. It's called Persona. You let the casual players play Persona, and you let the hardcore players play Shin Megami. When when I was upset with Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Dissidia, when I was disappointed with Square Enix, I'm just like, why should I even buy your games anymore? In the game that made me felt like a kid again and felt like what Square Enix should have done, put in Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 was was literally Dragon Quest 11. Dragon Quest 11 is a fucking masterpiece. I haven't beaten it. I haven't beaten the post game, but the post stuff. But the game is amazing, and I got the Switch version because there's more stuff in it, and I just love that game to death. It's great. It really is. And games now like Shin Megami and Dragon Quest, they are for a niche audience, which is becoming popular. Which is I'm glad because Shin Megami 5 and Dragon Quest 11, those games are like bringing out more people to join the fan base. So um this is not my first Shin Megami game. It might be my first Shin Megami game I've beaten because I am playing through 5 and I haven't beaten through 5. I'm literally at the end of 5, but I haven't really beaten it yet. Mainly because I got this game and I'm spending so much time playing it because I'm having a lot more fun playing in this game than 5. I don't hate 5. 5 is fun, but it has more frustrating aspects in my opinion. And it's not player friendly in my opinion, and that's fine, But this game is player friendly. If you die, you can literally just restart for where you were, and if you change that, then you will get kicked out and go to the main menu, and you know, like traditional RPGs, when you die and get kicked out in the beginning of the menu. Some people say that that's kind of archaic, but I don't mind it. I love when RPGs do that. Why? Because it forces you to learn about the game and it forces you to not die. you know? So, there's that. So, and you're all gonna die in this game a lot. So, same thing with Shin Megami 5 or any other Shin Megami game. And I do want to talk about the Shisha stuff. Shisha? I hope I'm saying the name right. That fight is fucking awesome. That's like one of the best boss fights in video game history. At first, when you fight Shisha, it's almost like, it's you think it's like a cutscene type of battle, but it really isn't. I think you can die during that battle, but I didn't. The second time I fought him, I didn't die either. I was doing good, you know. Um, there's not a lot of times in this game that I was doing terribly bad. I was doing phenomenally good. And there's not a moon phase in this game, which I was kind of disappointed with. But at the same time, there actually is a moon phase when you progress through the game. They show the moon and it switches, it changes. So there is a moon phase. It's just not potent as it is in other Shin Megami games like this one. Do I wish it was still there? Oh hell yeah! But they used it, and they used it in a way for the story, which I don't mind. You know, how many times they actually used the moon for the story? Not a lot, in my opinion. At least some of the Shin Megami games that I played, which is not a lot, it's probably like two or three. I like they really haven't used the moon to their full advantage. In this game, they do, just not the way I wanted to. I want the moon to still be there, showing the icon, but also bring that element of for the story, you know, and then show it right there in the middle to tell you that there was something lingering there, you know. I don't know, there's something there, almost like when you're looking at the moon in Majora's Mask, you know, something there, you know. And when Seisha comes, he literally destroys the firmament, I believe, right? And then there's like a glass. I mean, the glass breaks, not the whole thing, just like a little sucker of it, so people can see right through the firmament, and they see like the sky, the true sky. They're like, "Is that what I think it is? It is. It's the sky," you know. And it's funny too. In a spiritual enlightenment way, the demons live on top of of the land, while the humans, the orcs, have to live in the bottom half. This game was ahead of its time, and it's telling you what's going to happen in the future, baby. This is why it's called Shin Megami Apocalypse, and that's why in Japan it's called Shin Megami Final. There's a reason for that, people. There's a reason for that. And thank you for coming for my TED Talk, basically, you know? So if you don't know that, or you want to learn a little bit, you know, I'm kind of a knowledge person, so I'm going to share stuff that I see in a higher knowledge, in a higher viewpoint. If you don't care about that, you're in the wrong channel. If you do care about it, or you're like, oh, that's a fun fact, then there you go, you know. I'm glad to, you know, move your brain, you know, basically. Move the gears of your brain. So I like doing that with people, so... If I did that with you, cool. If you're one of those people that's like, oh, why? Then this is not a channel for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All these RPGs, including Shin Megami, you're going to have to use your first eye for these games, especially with movies, you know? So, and it's great. The game is great. I'm having fun with the game. Hell yeah. Do I have any flaws with the game? There is a terminal that you can bounce to place, but this is another problem that I have also with Shin Megami 5. There's not. I understand not having it in Apocalypse, but in Shin Megami 5, I wanted to have a system that you can fly to places. You know, maybe go there, then fly, go there and fly, and then use the thing to fly around, because there's certain areas that's on top above things that you can't reach. It's not like this game is different, it doesn't do that. But it would be nice if this game had like a transportation of like you going to place. It does have that, but I'm talking about more local instead of just being like, oh, you want to go to a larger place? Here, there you go, and here's a large area that you can explore. I'm like, that's nice, thank you for that. But can you give me like another checkpoint, like a check mark, basically? Not if I die or something like that. Like if I decided to just do something, like almost like you could say almost like a autosave type of thing, you know. But these Shin Megami games don't do autosave, which is fine. You know, some people complain that Shin Megami 5 didn't have an autosave, which yes, I did complain about it too. But when you play the game, you actually realize it's better without it. Why? It's because it's trying to be traditional, like Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is still evolving and still doing that what most people want in their new RPGs, and so is Shin Megami, but he's still going to keep that aspect of traditional and hardcore. Square, are you listening, Square Enix? Something you should do with your fucking Final Fantasy games. But no, you don't want to. You don't want to. For crying out loud, I think there was an article not so long ago that I saw that literally Square Enix does not want to make a turn-based RPG. They just want to do action. And I'm just like, you guys still have that mindset? People are asking for you to do turn-based. And you say no, and guess what? They're leaving. I left. When you said no to that shit, I'm just like, okay, you fucked up Final Fantasy 15, you fucked up the city of NT, and you fucked up with Kingdom Hearts 3. You think I'm going to get Final Fantasy 7? Some people that played Final Fantasy VII Remake love the game, and the people that haven't played the original still love the game. I get it. But I'm not playing Final Fantasy VII just because these motherfucker developers don't understand what Final Fantasy VII originally was. It was about loss, not about fucking goddamn destiny and shit. Okay? You can enjoy the game and all that shit, but that's the biggest problem I have with Square Enix. Because they didn't understand what Final Fantasy VII was, and they made the goddamn damn thing. It's so fucking stupid, man. It's so stupid. It's like playing Shin Megami 1 on the Game Boy, and it's completely shit. Or the Super Nintendo, it's completely shit. Because they decided, oh, fuck it. Let's change everything. Because fuck it, right? Let's fix something that's not broken. You know? You know? So that's just a pet peeve I have with Square Enix. Atlas does have a pet peeve. I do have a pet peeve with Atlas, but not as much as Square. The only pet peeve I have with Atlas is that day one DLC. That's really it. Anything else, they're doing great. Everything else, they're doing fine, in my opinion. Some people might say that the story of Shin Megami and the way the monsters are too, well, the demons, are not what they used to be. Which I've seen a video about that, and the guy did pointed out some few facts that I'm just like, you know what, I can see where you're coming from, but it is what it is. I could say that, yeah, I would love for that shit to happen, but for crying out loud, in this game, one of the final bosses, Yahweh, they couldn't even call him Yahweh. They had to fucking blur the line and put his name in like lettering, like YHV something. YHVH. Because saying Yahweh was too much for some reason. This is a rated M game. The thing is, you know how people complain about Pokemon? Saying that, oh, it's going to make people into Satanists and shit like that, or they're doing devil shit or something like that. They didn't do that about Yu-Gi-Oh, which was kind of funny. They said that about Pokemon, but not Yu-Gi-Oh. Shin Megami Tensei is exactly what church parents should have been afraid of. And the thing is, this game came out before Pokemon. Well, I'm not saying this game particularly, I'm talking about the franchise. So, the fact that happened and it didn't get what it got is kind of surprising because there's angels, there's demons, there's things from other cultures that are in this game that other cultures that play this game will be fucking offended by it. Why? Because they just want to get offended. Remember, these are other regions that don't treat their women with care and respect because they think their women are shit. Yet they want to fuck with them and have babies with them. What? And yet, once you point out a woman's a guy, they automatically want to fucking hang you. Oh no, a woman can't be a god, only a man. I don't have to go deep into that, but it's like, come on, man, really? Really? This game even tells you there's gods and goddesses in it, so you could just tell that if you even give it to some other people that don't believe in that shit, or don't care for that shit, or have a stupid closed mindset, So, overall, this game is bloody. This game is bloody. Not bloody, but bloody. And there is funny aspects to this game. The demons, when they talk to you, like the Medusa fight, holy shit, the Medusa fight is fucking amazing. I love her design. Her design looks hot, sexy. I love that her tail is like little claw. Like, I like how her tail has like legs, basically, but skulls inside of it too. But the little legs are like ribs and shit like that. Oh, it's great. Her design looks great. I don't know what her design looked like in the original Shin Megami 4, but the sequel, or the different dimension of Shin Megami 4, she looks great. She looks great. And the demons in this game that I wanted in Shin Megami 5 are not in Shin Megami 5, but they are in this one. And that's fine. Because again, you know how these developers like to do, they like to pick some monsters that will fit in their games, I'll do wish one day maybe maybe NX that's making Dragon Quest, and maybe Atlas one day will make a Shin Megami game or a Dragon Quest game that has literally all of their monsters together, all of them, including the classic ones. So imagine you getting the old classic um look of Lucifer, but then also when you level him up, he changes, like he evolves into what he looks like now. That would be dope, and then his level will skyrocket. That will be cool, in my opinion. It's almost like a Digimon type of thing. And the thing is, too, the reason I mention that is because there are also monsters that do evolve into other demons. I keep saying monsters, but technically it's a monster collecting game. So yeah, no shit. But it's awesome. When I first heard about Shin Megami and I heard it's about demon collecting, this was when I was young, naive, and all that shit. I was scared as fuck. I'm like, they made a game where you can collect demons? I was a religious person, I'll tell you that right now. And I was like, not anymore. I'm a spiritual person that's more in tune with thyself. But yo, when I was naive, I was just like, But even then, when I was a kid, I knew that all of this shit was real. The thing is, you might have people that might complain with Kingdom Hearts that's real, and when I'm talking about in a spiritual enlightenment way, in Final Fantasy. But if you told someone that all the shit that in Shin Megami was real, the gods and all that, they'd be like, yeah, yeah. The thing is too, they put Yahweh, but they would never put Jesus. They would put Archangel Michael, but they would never put Jesus. I want you to think about that. Not because all they should, but I'm telling you why they haven't. And for crying out loud, Satan in this game, he's one of the final bosses in whatever you pick, and he is like this, like a cross, and he has nails in his hands. What does that tell you? Satan is Jesus. At least in this game. This game is pointing it out. In a spiritual enlightenment way too, that's not wrong. Why? Because the serpent is the one that gives knowledge. That's why it's called the Kundalini energy, and that's why in the Bible, Adam and Eve ate the apple, which was a mushroom, and the reason the snake went to Eve is because the snake was also a woman. The snake was not, is it Lilith? Yeah, it's Lilith. So and no, it's not the Queen of England. I thought it was, but it's not. You think the Queen of England would give knowledge to the people? Are you high? That's the last thing that bitch wants. Are you kidding me? Fuck me. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, man. So, I'm not getting into a tangent with that. All I have to say is really. But moving on, this game is fun as fuck. I highly recommend it. I do. I highly recommend it. The partners you meet along the way are so awesome, and the things that they can do while you're fighting is so great. And another complaint I do have is that when you're fighting and the some bar increases every time your partners do something, every time you fight, it doesn't have a button for you to press it when if it's full all the way. It automatically just does it once your turn is done. So it's your partner's turn. I would like to keep it sometimes for like bosses and all that, and then use it on bosses, because it feels like it's fine. But in other times when you're fighting bosses, it's supposed to be the boss's turn, but then it's your partner's turn, and then that breaks the whole thing of what the enemy is supposed to do, and you get a turn, and then you get another turn right after that. So anyway, some people say it's kind of broken, not broken, but too easy. So you could say that, but I think it's fine. There's still that element of hard and challenge, mainly because these monsters or demons, whatever you want to call them, these demons will literally kick your ass, and you will get a game over. Do you know how many times I died in this game? In Shin Megami 5, I died more, but this game, I'm not saying that I did not die. I've died a lot of times in this game. Just like in Shin Megami 5, every time you fuck up just once, guess what? You get fucked over even more. But at least with this one, when you fuck up, you can bounce off of it. With Shin Megami 5, at least in my opinion, you can barely bounce off of it. Once you fuck up, and you will go straight to the fucking fucking title screen, and you will look at that screen and you will scream off your head. Okay? I have never been so raged and pissed off into for a video game in my life. Literally. Shin Megami 5 did that to me. And I was just like, and that's why sometimes I had to take a break for Shin Megami 5. Because it was just like that. And I'm just like, can you stop it? Like, at first, it's fine because you're learning in the game. But when it happens, once you start in the battle and the enemies just go like, kill you automatically, I didn't get a turn. But they kill you automatically? What is this, Final Fantasy 9? When you're fighting a super boss? Like, if it was a super boss, I understand. But these are normal enemies that you level up to get stronger in the game. And here's another pet peeve I have in this game too. There's a monster in this game that takes your fucking goddamn money. At that point, just take my level away. I'm dead serious. You know how much money I would have fucking had if that monster did not fucking take my money? At one point, I think the monster took away 2,000 money. And I'm like, what the fuck? Good thing they don't take the money that you pick along the way. It's just your average money that's there. Thank goodness for that. But at the same time, man, money is scarce in this game, man. And things are expensive as fuck in this game. More expensive than Shin Megami 5, actually. So, fuck, man. I don't know how it is in Shin Megami 4. Maybe it's expensive in that game. But I heard Shin Megami 4 is fun, too. Like, it has a better story than this one. And again, the stories, I'm having fun with the story. Same thing with Shin Megami 5. You know, I like the story in this game more than Shin Megami 5. But again, I like it. I like both stories. Which one do I like better? Like, the whole things with the whole story with Shin Megami 5 will have a special place in my heart. But something with Apocalypse, something about Apocalypse is just great. And it just brings you to the limelight of everything. The thing is, what Shin Megami 5 was missing of you talking to people, of interacting to people. Now, I did point out that, hey, you know, the demons were replacements for the people, which was fine. But there was still something missing. And if you had people going there, or maybe you talked to your friends while they were there, maybe you could have had something. And sometimes it was there, but it wasn't as potent as it is in Apocalypse. You know, for crying out loud, when you're fighting Seisha, you go to a part of the area of Tokyo, and there's no one there because Seisha was killing everybody, and no one wasn't there. But once you defeat Seisha, people come back to the building, you could buy stuff and everything like that. Yo, that shit was awesome. I liked that shit. It was a progression, and it actually showed the feel of the NPCs, basically. It made it real. It made it feel like that this world was livable and habitable. In Shin Megami 5, it's a whole wasteland. So you could say, yeah, it's not inhabitable or anything like that, but at the same time, it still doesn't feel that way. Even if you put a whole bunch of monsters in it, and even if you go back to the regular Tokyo in Shin Megami 5 and still talk to people, but when you go back to technically the demon world, everything's fucked. Like, you're not gonna, I get it. You have the demon world, you're not gonna talk to a lot of people. You have the human world, you are gonna talk to a lot of people, which is fine. In the map in Shin Megami 5, the overworld map, basically, looks great. And I'm not talking about the map that you explore when you're in the demon world. I'm talking about when you're in the real world, the map and everything. It looks great. The 3D models and everything like that looks fucking phenomenal and great. And in this game, when you travel around Tokyo, it's great. I love the way you travel in this game, man. It is fun as fuck. It really is. Sometimes you might get lost, but not know what you're doing. But you get it. You get it. Eventually, you know how sometimes you play a game and you think you might not get it, but then the more you play it, you'll be like, oh, I already got it just by playing it more. You know. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have to beat the game to finally realize, oh, I was a fucking dumbass. Why I didn't do that? No wonder I kept fucking dying. Yo, man, that's me with Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 when I was younger. Kept dying for stupid shit because I was still learning how RPGs work. Now, I could play those games and be a fucking badass. The only time I would die is me being dumb, stupid, or not healing right away. you know? So, the traditional stuff that a hardcore player might die from because they think that they're better at games. So they're like, oh, I can survive this. One more hit won't hurt. Dies. Yo, that's how it was with this game, man. Literally, every time the demons, like the demons hit hard in this game, and the thing is too, the good thing is that you can bounce back off of that when you're healing and everything like that, and the buffs and debuffs. The buffs and debuffs in this game, great, in my opinion. For crying out loud, it's not like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. In this series, Shin Megami 5, the buffs and debuffs, they have to work. They need to work because that is the core of how the game works. If that doesn't work, then everything kind of fails. And the Shin Megami franchise won't be the way it is. Collecting monsters, that will probably be the core element, but there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that. So that's really it. I think this game is a must buy. I did pay a lot of money for it. I paid probably $60 for this game. And I did told you guys that don't pay a Shin Megami game like $60, maybe $40 or something like that. But you know what? As long as it's not 100 or 70 or 70 and higher or 100, I think you're good. You're fine. For crying out loud, I bought Dragon Quest V for literally $60, and I was pissed. But once I played that game, I was like, that was worth the $60, to be quite honest. That was. Originally, the DS games were $40. So, but once they got to the internet, once they go on eBay and Amazon, things go fucking skyrocket in the air. So, the latest Atlas game I will get, because again, going back, if you don't get those Atlas games, they're just going to skyrocket to the top eventually. Which is just like, fuck. So, Atlas, if you're looking at this, I want you guys to remake Shin Megami 1 and 2, maybe for the Switch, or maybe for another console. It'd be nice if you do it for the Switch. Because Shin Megami 1 and 2 and Shin Megami F, they need to be remade. They need to be experienced. I haven't played those games, but I would love to experience them. Why? Because they're the first ones, and it would be nice to, like, see where the series began. And it would be nice too that if you grab those games and change it up a bit, not like look at the latest gameplay and be like, yeah, let's grab that gameplay and put it in the original. Some people might, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all. But I think the hardcore fans that grew up with this shit will probably do mind. So just leave it the way it is. Make it a little bit more player friendly. Don't make it the way it is. For crying out loud, the original Shin Megami Tensei games are brutal as fuck. Like Dragon Quest type of 1 level type of shit. Yeah. Like, for crying out loud, H.C. Bailey would be like in Shin Megami, in the first Dragon Quest game, H.C. Bailey is like, oh yeah, I went up to level 5, and in the next level, it's going to be an hour and a half to go to the next level. Oh, it's going to get, it's a lot worse. Oh, it's going to get a lot worse for viewers. When he said an hour and a half to go to the next level, he's not lying. He's not lying. And then the next level is 2 hours. Then the next level is 3 hours. Then the next level is 4 hours. You see how Dragon Quest 1 works? Imagine that with Shin Megami. That's how it is with 1. And maybe 2 and F. Maybe a little bit with 1. Mostly 1. But when I found that out, I'm like, oh God. Who wants to play that? To, like, that to the max. No, I'm sorry. I pass. That's why those games need to be remade. Yes, the first one is remade on the Game Boy and the Super Nintendo. Just bring the Super Nintendo one and put it on the Switch. I don't mind. I'll buy that shit. Hell yeah. And don't put it for the fucking Nintendo shop shit. Like what Nintendo's doing. Hey, you need to pay this prescription so you play these old games. That type of shit. Don't do that. Don't. PlayStation is not doing that. For crying out loud, PlayStation just released some of their new stuff. For crying out loud, I'm playing Toy Story 2. I'm playing Toy Story 2 on PlayStation 4. Sony, thank you. Disney, thank you for that. Pat yourself on the back. Thank you. Thank you, Sony, for doing that shit. Bringing the old games back. right? For crying out loud, Toy Story 2 on PlayStation 4? Sign me the fuck up. And if you don't know that that shit's real, get it now. And so is Jumping Flash. You don't have to have the you don't have to have the Prime thing. You can literally pay it. Because some games that if you get the Prime thing that's on PlayStation, they're all games that are only on that are for Prime only. But Jumping Flash and Toy Story 2, they're not exclusive to the Prime. You can buy them without the Prime, which I'm like, yes. Next month I'm buying those games, man. I'm buying those fucking games. And that's how you should do it, man. Come on, Nintendo. Like, fuck. So get with the program here. That's how I know you're greedy as fuck. You make awesome games, but your business shit is corrupt as fuck, and people want you literally to be exposed and bring justice to that shit just because you that fucked up. I'm dead serious. So you like WWE, man. Fucking pathetic. But the only difference is that you're doing good business with games, and WWE's doing bad business with wrestling because they just don't know how to make fucking good stories anymore. At least Nintendo knows how to do that. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about this video, and tell me what you guys think about what I said about Shin Megami in general and Shin Megami for Apocalypse. Have you played this game? Have you tried any of the Shin Megami games? Are you looking forward to playing any of the other games? And if I was going to introduce to someone to play Shin Megami, it would be this or one of the original DS ones. Not Strange Journey, the other one with the spookies. I keep forgetting what that. Digital, no, isn't it? Digital Survival. Digital something. I keep forgetting that. I'll probably remember it when this fucking video is over. But overall, guys, thank you for watching. Be safe. I'm gonna smoke a bit. And before I have to wake up around 7:30, get ready and shit for, my graduation. So that's really it, guys. Be safe, take care, and I have nothing else to say. So if you played Shin Megami or any of the Shin Megami games, let me know. And I am planning to get Shin Megami 3. I've been seeing it lately, and I do want to get that, and I do want to get the DLC. Are you serious? Like, you're not gonna give us Dante? You're gonna give that shit for DLC? The original was free. That's the one complaint I have with that shit, man. Like, Atlas, come on, man. I still buy it, but when you do that that's what people complain about first day DLCs. I don't like them either. Wait until almost half of the year is done for that game, and then put the DLC. Like, for example, if a game came out 6 months, like now, June, like if this game came out now, right? I would be like, all right, wait for another 6 months to release the DLC. DLC during Christmas, December. I wouldn't mind it. No one wouldn't care buy it. And plus, in my opinion, I think it's a good business decision because it's the holiday season, so people are gonna be more enticing to throw their money down for that stuff. Call a spade. I mean, I'm willing to do it. If I'm willing to do it, someone else will, especially if it's not a lot of money, because some of the DLC stuff, like, yes, DL1 DLC, yes, it's frustrating, but at least it's not expensive as fuck. That's the bright side of it, So you know what? I wish it wasn't there, but you know what? At least it's not expensive as fuck. I think the most highest it would go is probably $8 or $7. The highest. Even that, I'm just like, damn, man. I still don't mind it. Remember when DLC was only literally a cent? 50 cents? I remember those good old days. Now they just want it for $1. And yes, $1 is a lot. Because mostly no people don't have $1. Why? Because I could talk about it in a spiritual lightning way, but everyone knows that the dollar is dying. So, where's the $2? For kind of loud, $2 are not even being made anymore. Where's the $3? Where's the $4? How do we skip to 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100? Where's the other numbers? You guys don't know how to count. Yo, man. Imagine we count like that. That would be so weird. But see you guys. Take care.